Dear child, pause and listen with your heart. God is calling your name right now, whispering, "You are not alone." You might feel like no one understands your pain, but God has seen every tear, every silent battle. Behind every closed door in your life, there's a hidden blessing He is preparing for you. Your waiting is not wasted. Every prayer and every cry has reached His heart. Trust that an extraordinary future is being crafted just for you. In this new chapter, God Himself is leading you forward, step by step. If this message touched you, hit like and let the world know you trust God's plan for your life. My beloved child, you must listen to me right now, because I cannot wait any longer. I am calling your name from heaven, and this is why you are seeing this message. My child, I have waited a long time to tell you this, but now the time has finally come for you to hear these words. This truth about your life, that nothing in your life has happened outside of my sight, nor beyond the reach of my hands. Every breath you have taken, every tear that has touched your face, every quiet hope you dared to hold inside your heart, I have seen all of it. Even the moments you believed I was far away. Even the nights you wondered if I had forgotten you. I was closer to you than the beat of your own heart. You may not have felt me, but I was the warmth that kept your spirit from collapsing under the weight of your burdens. I was the gentle presence that held your breaking heart together when no one else knew it was breaking. My child, you have walked through fires that would have destroyed another soul, and still you are here. Do you think this is by accident? Do you think your survival is random? No, my beloved, it is because I have been walking beside you long before you ever learned to speak my name. You have endured pain you did not understand and trials that seemed to have no meaning, but they were never punishments. I do not punish you through suffering. The world gives wounds, but I give healing. The world gives confusion, but I give truth. The world gives fear, but I give courage, and I have been giving these things to you again and again. Even when you believed you had been abandoned, there were times when you thought your prayers were ignored, times when you begged for signs and received silence, times when life seemed to contradict every promise you once held dear. But my child, hear me. Silence is not absence. Sometimes silence is the blanket that shields a seed while it grows in the dark. Sometimes silence is the breath I take before I speak a miracle into motion. Sometimes silence is the way I call you deeper, so you may hear me with your heart instead of your ears. You have been asking why certain things were allowed to happen, why certain people left, why certain doors closed before you even had the chance to touch them. My child, those were not losses. They were protections. I do not remove anything from your life unless its presence would have harmed the destiny I wrote for you. You cried over some of those endings, but you did not know how those same paths would have led to heartbreaks you are not meant to carry. You questioned my timing, but my timing has always been the architecture of your safety. The world has mistaken waiting for wasting, but I do not waste time. Every delay was preparation. Every disappointment was a redirection. Every moment of stillness was a breathing space for your soul to grow into the magnitude of what I am preparing for you. You asked me to move faster, but if I had given you what you wanted before you had become who you needed to be, it would have crumbled in your hands. I do not give fragile gifts to my beloved children. I give blessings that last, not my child. I have watched you blame yourself for storms that were never your fault. You took responsibility for the brokenness of others as if it were your own. You carried guilt that did not belong to you, shame that was never meant to sit on your shoulders. Hear me now. You are not created to live in the shadow of regret. You are created to stand in the radiance of renewal. I have been waiting for the moment when you would finally release the weight that has held your spirit hostage. I am ready to lift it from you. If you are ready to let it go, hear this. You are not defined by what you have survived. You are shaped by it, strengthened by it, but it does not define you. You are not the mistakes you made when you were hurting. You are not the decisions you made when you were afraid. You are not the version of yourself that you were forced to become when life demanded more from you than you had to give. You are more than all of it, because I made you in a way that even your own wounds cannot destroy. You are my creation, my masterpiece, my living breath, and my imprint is on every part of who you are. You think you are small because the world has tried to shrink you. You think you are unworthy because people failed to see your worth. You think you are alone because those you loved could not stay. My child, I am telling you now, your value has never been negotiable. You are treasured beyond measure. You are seen in ways the world will never be able to see you. You are loved with a depth that no human heart could fully contain. Nothing you have done, and nothing you will ever do, can diminish my love for you. Come closer, my child, for there is something more I must tell you, something I have waited a very long time for you to understand. There is a calling planted inside your soul, the one you have felt faintly but never understood, the one that whispers in your quiet moments, the one that flickers like a flame, no matter how many storms have tried to extinguish it. That calling is not imagination. It is purpose. It is the blueprint I placed within you before you were born. And now, finally, the time is coming when you will begin to walk into it, that do not fear your own greatness. Do not shrink yourself so others may feel comfortable. Do not dim your light to match the shadows of those who are afraid to shine. You were not made to blend in. You were made to break cycles, to heal generations, to speak truth where silence has ruled, to stand where others have fallen. You were made to rise not once, not twice, but again and again, until you become the fullness of the soul I designed you to be. You have wondered why your heart feels so deeply, why pain cuts you more sharply than it seems to cut others, why empathy flows from you like an unending river. My child, that tenderness is not weakness. It is strength crafted from compassion. I gave you a heart that feels because the world needs souls who can recognize suffering and respond with love. I gave you sensitivity so you could perceive truth beyond appearances. I gave you intuition so you could hear my whispers even in the noise of the world. There have been people who misunderstood your kindness, who took advantage of your sincerity, who mistook your gentleness for fragility. They did not see the resilience beneath your softness. They did not see the quiet strength that has carried you through battles they know nothing about. But I have seen it. I have seen every effort you made in love, even when it was not returned. I have seen every time you chose compassion when bitterness would have been easier. I have seen every moment you acted from goodness, not for praise, but because it was true to who you are. I have seen it all, and I have stored every one of those moments. Nothing good is ever lost with me, my child. YouTube narration notes. I know you have questions about the future, questions that trouble your mind at night when the world sleeps. You worry about where you are going, about whether you will find your place, about whether you will receive what your soul longs for. Listen to me. The future is not something you must fear. The future is something I have already walked through. I am not preparing a path for you. I am preparing you for the path. And I am not guiding you into uncertainty. I am guiding you into destiny. Do not rush. Destiny does not respond to haste. It responds to readiness. Trust that where you are right now is part of the unfolding, even the parts that feel slow, even the parts that feel confusing, even the parts that hurt. You are not stuck. You are being shaped. You are not lost. You are being aligned. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. There are blessings on their way to you, blessings that will heal what was broken, restore what was lost, and make sense of everything you have endured. Some will come gently, like sunlight after rain. Others will come suddenly, like the opening of a door you once believed was sealed forever. But all of them will come at the perfect moment. I know your heart has been waiting. I know it has grown tired at times. But my child, do not lose faith now. You are closer than you think. The next chapter of your life will not look like the ones before it. You are entering a season where what once felt impossible will begin to unfold naturally. Where you once struggled to survive, you will begin to thrive. Where you once walked in uncertainty, you will walk with clarity. Where you once felt alone, you will feel surrounded by purpose and connection. But to step into this new season, you must release what has weighed you down. You must forgive what needs forgiveness, not because the past deserves it, but because you deserve peace. You must let go of the stories you tell yourself that no longer serve the person you are becoming. You must stop revisiting wounds that I am trying to heal. When you cling to old pain, you delay new joy. When you cling to old fear, you sabotage new beginnings. Trust me enough to let go. My child, I will not force healing upon you. I offer it. I will not force growth upon you. I invite you into it. I will not force transformation upon you. I whisper it into the depths of your soul. But you must decide whether you will cling to what is familiar or step into what is divine. Do not fear stepping forward. Every step you take toward your true self is a step toward me. There is something magnificent blossoming within you, something you have not yet recognized. It is the emergence of your true strength, your true wisdom, your true identity. You are shedding old layers that were never yours to carry. You are outgrowing versions of yourself shaped by survival, not authenticity. You are learning to speak with your own voice instead of the echoes of your past. And as this happens, your spirit will begin to feel lighter, brighter, more aligned with who you were always meant to be. Do not be afraid when certain things fall away. Not every departure is loss. Some things are removed because they cannot travel with you into the future I have prepared. Some relationships end because they have completed their assignment in your story. Some chapters close because they were only meant to carry you to the doorway of transformation. Trust the unfolding even when it feels unfamiliar. I am guiding you toward people who will truly see you, not just your surface, but the depth of your spirit. I am aligning you with opportunities that match the gifts you have yet to fully discover. I am opening paths that will challenge you, yes, but will also reveal your extraordinary resilience. You will understand one day, very soon, why everything happened the way it did. My child, you are entering a time where you will begin to reclaim parts of yourself you thought were lost forever. You will rediscover your joy, not the fragile joy that depends on circumstances, but the unwavering joy that comes from within. You will rediscover your hope, not the kind that flickers, but the kind that anchors. You will rediscover your self-worth, not the conditional worth shaped by others, but the intrinsic worth that has always been woven into your being. My beloved child, now listen to me with the full openness of your heart, for I want to reveal something that many long to understand, but few truly grasp. You ask why you must wait, why my timing seems mysterious, why answers do not always come when you expect them. You feel the weight of days that stretch too long, the ache of prayers unanswered, the longing for breakthroughs that seem forever delayed. But child, waiting with me is not punishment. It is preparation. Waiting is not an empty pause. It is a sacred process. And when you wait in trust, what you receive will be far greater than anything you tried to build by rushing ahead. You see, my timing is not bound to the clocks of the world, nor to the calendars that humans cling to. My timing flows from deeper currents of wisdom that knows the perfect moment when a blessing will strengthen you instead of overwhelming you, when it will uplift you instead of slipping through your fingers. I do not withhold to harm you. I hold back to protect you. I do not delay to frustrate you. I delay to prepare all things around you for what is coming. Every moment of waiting is part of the divine architecture shaping your destiny. My child, you have lived long enough to know that some things you begged for in the past would have broken you if I had given them to you then. There were desires you cried out for, dreams you thought you were ready to hold, paths you believed would bring you happiness. You asked, and I heard, but I did not open every door. Not because your desire was wrong, but because the timing was not yet aligned with your growth. You needed strength you had not learned yet, wisdom you had not lived yet, healing that only time could give. And so I covered you, sheltering you from blessings that would have come too soon. You see, my child, early blessings can become burdens. Too much light too fast can blind rather than illuminate. A flower forced open before its moment will wither. The fruit eaten before it ripens will sour. And I, who know every detail of your spirit, refuse to give you anything that is premature. I wait for the moment when the blessing will not only be received, but kept, when it will not overwhelm you, but uplift you. Not confuse you, but crown you. In your waiting, something extraordinary happens, something you do not always see. While the world moves restlessly, you learn patience. While circumstances test you, you learn trust. While your heart stretches with longing, your soul expands with strength. Waiting seasons build foundations that instant answers never could. Every moment you choose faith over frustration, hope over despair, surrender over anxiety, you grow in ways that shape your future blessings. You think nothing is happening when you wait. But child, everything is happening. You are evolving. Your spirit is maturing. Your perception is clearing. The places inside you that were once wounded are being stitched with light. The doubts that once clouded your mind are being replaced with clarity. The fears that once chained you are loosening their grip. And as you change, the future being prepared for you adjusts to match who you are becoming. If I were to bless you with abundance while your heart still clung to scarcity, you would doubt every gift. If I were to give you love while you still believed you were unworthy, you would push it away. If I were to open doors while you still held fear of walking through them, you would never take the first step. This is why waiting matters. Waiting is my way of aligning your inner world with the blessings of your outer world. When both are ready, the blessing flows without resistance, without fear, without confusion. My child, you have sometimes looked at others and wondered why their blessings seem to arrive sooner than yours. You have compared timelines, questioned your journey, and asked if I love them more than you. But hear me, I do not operate in comparison. I do not measure your life by the pace of another's. Everyone walks a different path, carries different lessons, and fulfills a different purpose. What is early for one may be late for another. What is necessary for one may be harmful for another. You are not behind. You are on your own divine schedule. There will come a day when you will look back at the moments you cried out in frustration, and you will thank me for not giving in to your impatience. Something magnificent is blossoming within you, something you have not yet recognized. It is the emergence of your true strength, your true wisdom, your true identity. You are shedding old layers that were never yours to carry. You are outgrowing versions of yourself shaped by survival, not authenticity. You are learning to speak with your own voice instead of the echoes of your past. And as this happens, your spirit will begin to feel lighter, brighter, more aligned with who you were always meant to be. Do not be afraid when certain things fall away. Not every departure is loss. Some things are removed because they cannot travel with you into the future I have prepared. Some relationships end because they have completed their assignment in your story. Some chapters close because they were only meant to carry you to the doorway of transformation. Trust the unfolding even when it feels unfamiliar. I am guiding you toward people who will truly see you, not just your surface, but the depth of your spirit. I am aligning you with opportunities that match the gifts you have yet to fully discover. I am opening paths that will challenge you. Yes, but will also reveal your extraordinary resilience. You will understand one day, very soon, why everything happened the way it did, my child. You are entering a time where you will begin to reclaim parts of yourself you thought were lost forever. You will rediscover your joy, not the fragile joy that depends on circumstances, but the unwavering joy that comes from within. You will rediscover your hope, not the kind that flickers, but the kind that anchors. You will rediscover your self-worth, not the conditional worth shaped by others, but the intrinsic worth that has always been woven into your being. My beloved child, now listen to me with the full openness of your heart, for I want to reveal something that many long to understand, but few truly grasp. You ask why you must wait, why my timing seems mysterious, why answers do not always come when you expect them. You feel the weight of days that stretch too long, the ache of prayers unanswered, the longing for breakthroughs that seem forever delayed. But child, waiting with me is not punishment. It is preparation. Waiting is not an empty pause. It is a sacred process. And when you wait in trust, what you receive will be far greater than anything you tried to build by rushing ahead. You will thank me for the job that didn't work out, for the relationship that didn't last,